Hello, this is your friendly nurse and health coach. I'm coming today on 10 things that you can do to decrease your allergy problem. The number one thing is try not to go out until after the rain. If you have to go out, if it's going to rain, wait till after the rain, because the rain will wash away some of the pollen in the atmosphere so you can breathe better. So if you don't have to go out and it hadn't rained for a while and you don't have to go out, try not to go outside. Number two thing is turn your AC up. I know a lot of you may think, hey, I can't take cold, I can't take cold. Put a sweater or something on. Because when you put the air conditioner up on cool, it disperses the allergies, the bad harmful bacteria all around, and they're not going to be able to survive too long because they thrive on warmth and moisture. So turn that AC up some. You got that bad allergy problem. Number three thing is air purifier. The air purifier take out the toxins and bacteria and allergens out of the atmosphere. Purify the atmosphere. And if you can't afford an air purifier, one thing I just recently found out, you can cut up an onion. I know onions smell bad, but if you cut it up around your house in some little plates or dishes and sit it all around your house, as well, you're not going to smell that smell. Because I tried it myself, it works. You smell refreshing in the atmosphere. After you have cut up the onions, they'll smell for a while. Then you get used to it, and it's a refreshing atmosphere. And you have to change those, throw out away those things in about a day or two though, because the toxins come out the atmosphere and go in the onions. That's why they tell you do not eat onions off a salad bar, because they sit in that salad bar, they're gonna draw all the toxins out the atmosphere into the onions, and you're gonna be eating all those toxins and bad bacteria, harmful bacteria out the atmosphere in those onions. So don't never eat onions off of a salad bar. Buffet, those raw onions, I wouldn't even trust the onions that's good. But you're cutting the onions up raw and put it around your house, and they'll turn like brown and they'll wither a little bit. That's when you know, oh, I gotta get these onions out and put more onions around. So onions will draw the bad harmful bacteria out of the atmosphere. Number three thing that you do for allergies is your pet. If you got a pet, wash that pet at least once a week, because you got to take that pet outside and let them do their number one, number two. So when you take them outside, these bacteria and toxins in the atmosphere, viruses and all kind of chemicals and stuff in the atmosphere will attach itself onto that pet. If they got that fur, a lot of fur on them, they're gonna go down that fur. Sometimes you have to wipe them off every time you take them outside. Yes, you're gonna have some problems with allergens in the house. All those bad bacteria, bad microorganisms going into the fur of the animal trying to hide. I know one lady, I never smelled her dog. And I mean, she wipes that dog off every time she takes that dog out to go do number one or two. She wipes that dog out and she brings back in the house. I never smelled her dog. So you have to be careful with your pets, because they want to harbor on pets. And another way that you can decrease your allergies when you're petting your pets, and you petting them and rubbing them, and wash your hands. Wash your hands after you pet your pet. Clean and dry. Make sure you dry your hands completely, because if you don't dry your hands completely, that's moisture. And moisture, bacterial, draw bacterial. So even when you go into public places, they got the electric dryers, which you wash your hand, you put your hands on the dryer, make sure your hands are completely dry before you take them from under the dryer. Or you use the paper towel to dry them. I always use the paper towel. I don't like the dryers. You got to make sure the moisture is gone. When they say clean and dry, clean and dry. And also when you're washing yourself, your skin is your first defense against bacteria and germs. When you're washing with warm water, you opening the pores of your skin. So you need to go back and rinse them with the cool water to close the pores of your skin. That's when you go latest you go to a beautician. They said, how hot can you take your hair when they're washing your hair? They said, can you stand that hotness? Because they are opening the pores of the skin to wash all those germs and bacteria out of the pores of your skin, those toxins out of the pores of your skin. And then they said, well, is this too cold? They rinse your hair, and with the cool water to close the pores of your skin back. And that's what a lot of people don't think about when they're washing. They're washing all this warm water. And so, oh, I went outside and I caught a cold, but that's because you left the pores of your skin open for the bacteria, the viruses, and germs to go into. I will always come back with the cool water to close the pores of your skin. Number 6 thing is hydrate yourself. Drink a lot of fluid, a lot of liquids when you got allergy problems. You want to keep that mucus that is excreted. Your mucus get thick, and remember the histamine that I told you about that produces mucus in your body. Normally, low doses of mucus to dry out your mouth and your throat. No. But when an alien, these bacteria or these molds or viruses, things enter your body that the body is not familiar to the body, it attaches itself to it. So you have to wash yourself out with a lot of fluids, a lot of liquids to wash that, keep that mucus thin in your body, to wash through your body. It would excrete through your system if you drink a lot of fluids, a lot of water, not a lot of sugar, because sugar attracts inflammation and germs. You want to drink a lot of water to wash your allergies, drainage stuff through your body. And when it gets thick, that mucus become problems with your lungs. And we call it phlegm then. You're going to have to cough that up because you don't want it to get to your lungs when it gets thick. You're going to run into some major problems. And hopefully it's still white, because when that mucus get thick and turn yellow, the infection is beginning. So they're brown and green, you got some infection, you're going to need some antibiotics then. But people don't drink enough fluids to wash through their body. And there's a lot of stuff you can do for your with your fluids. You can put a little lemon juice in it, a little fruit in it, in your water, a lemon juice. Remember, lemons clean the liver, The liver, hey, filter your food. You take the bacteria out of your blood and all. So, very important to drink that fluid, and don't eat smoke when you got allergies. You don't need to be smoking a lot. You don't need to be drinking alcohol, because the mucus is going to get thicker with the alcohol and the smoking. And major problems take care. Don't even be around nobody smoking if you can, because it's going to affect you as much as that person that's smoking. I know a lot of people got cancer and never smoked, but they've been around people like secondhand smoke, and it affected their lungs. It affected them with bronchitis, inflammation of the lungs and cavities. So you don't need to be around none of that. And then if you keep on having a lot of allergies problems, it's going to run into asthma, and you're really going to have some more major breathing problems. So number 7 is drink a lot of warm liquids. Warm liquids to keep yourself moisturized. You won't have no dry throat, your nose all stuffy and can't breathe and all. Some of them take saline, warm saline goggles or saline nasal spray, and keep just mucous membranes in your nose and the back of your throat and all moisturized. So when it gets so dry, you get all those dry coughs and all, you have some more problems. It's hard when those dry coughs come, because dry cough will make you have difficult breathing. So you got to be careful with that. Broth is good, honey is good. Put some honey and lemon together. It's good for to help break up some of that mucus in your throat, in your chest. So you won't worry about the mucus. Humidifier is another one. The 8th thing is humidifier. Humidifier it will warm the atmosphere, keep it warm and all. So, and number 9 things, relax and rest yourself as much as possible. Not just sleep, rest, clear your mind, in other words. Because if you don't clear your mind, you may wake up and say, I'm still tired. That's because you slept, but you didn't rest. And so all of us are guilty of that at some time or another. So after if I catch myself, so wait a minute here, I didn't really rest and clear my mind when I lie down. I still feel sleepy. So I have to go lay back down again, and hey, this time I put on something and meditate and rest, clear my mind, and I begin to take the breathing deep breath out, 4 deep breaths in, 6 breaths out, and relax. Take one day at a time. That's all we can do, just take one day at a time. Number 10 thing, stop the dairy products. Eggs, cheese, milk, any milk products, because it's going to thicken the mucus. And a lot of people don't believe it. I know by experience. If I have any kind of little stuff going on and I make some yogurt or some milk product, some kind of feta cheese or something, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it in my nostrils. I'm going to feel a little sniffy. And that's when I go grab my apple cider vinegar and water then. Because I know if I put some apple cider vinegar in water and drink it, it's going to make me bring up all that sinus drainage up. And that's my secret. I had a bad sinus problem one time. For a while. So I started drinking apple cider vinegar and water. And I don't have no sinus problem no more. If I just feel any little thing trying to happen, I drink some apple cider vinegar and water. it is said you should be drinking at least a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and I put it in a little water twice a day. It's good for a lot of stuff, apple cider vinegar. Blood pressure, fat thinner, sugar, a lot of stuff. I'll be giving a teaching on the apple cider vinegar. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So these are the 10 things that will help your allergies. And you can go and get an antihistamine you want to, and antihistamine because the histamines are multiplying, and that's making that mucus more and more and more and thicker and thicker. And a lot of people take antihistamines. But I'm telling you the natural way that you can do it. Because there's coming a time that people can't afford the doctors and go to the doctors, and that's why the Lord told me to teach the natural way of doing things. And that is the 10 things that you can do to decrease allergies. And we hope you have a healthy and long life. And we love you.